looks like there's some people who just can't take a hint. And when it comes to Hillary Clinton, she's not one of them. I think she said a few weeks ago she doesn't want to run again. Maybe she's lying. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. The Boston Globe can't take a hint. And frankly, I'll put it out there. They want to, they have this idiot columnist. She's saying, Hillary in 2020, nothing's far-fetched after Trump. I'm putting it out there. I'm pleading her to run because I can't take enough of this. This is hilarious. What a loser, and they just won't learn their lesson. This person, you know what? Hillary, look, I'm telling you, nobody cares about your feelings because obviously you've proven you don't care about anybody else's. You fucked over entire generations of people, given that you supported a crime bill that your own party admits now was a huge mistake. You fucked over the Bernie people, and you've also, basically created a trail of destruction among your closest friends. Vince Foster, Webb Hubble, all those people, all your relatives, what's his name? Tony Rodham, who was in prison. Your brother-in-law, who was a cocaine addict. Did you do anything to help him get better? Not really. I don't think so. So why not keep going? And you can keep my show going because I can't find enough books about things that you fucked up. You had a marriage that's basically been a sham since the 70s. You've had a kid who you've basically raised to be the total antithesis of everything that your party pretends to stand for. You have a husband who basically can't keep his ego or his dong in check. I mean, what are we missing in this story? So I'm begging you, Hillary Clinton, for my sake, if not for the sake of this moron who thinks that you can actually win, Joan Vennochi, or whatever her name is, let's have it. Let's see you do it again, because she gives probably one of the, if it were not true, it would be the most pathetic rationales. It's that everybody else in the Democratic Party sucks. Now, why do you think that is? The reason for that is that people like you have gutted that party of every single ounce of principle it's had. That's why so many of those Fruit Loop socialists are gravitating towards that sock puppet that ran against you, Bernie Sanders, the one who pretended that he was going to fight you till the end and then endorsed you so that he could buy a house less than 20 minutes from where his current house is. But he would have another one. Basically, your party is so out of touch that more people support an 80, well, he's not 80 yet. According to this article, in 2020, he'll be almost 80. This geriatric communist, they want to support him instead of you. I mean, what went wrong? Now, in this article, it does a lot, like it for some reason ties Amanda Knox to Donald Trump, even though, to be fair, Donald Trump has never been accused of murdering anybody like Amanda Knox has. However, Hillary Clinton has been accused of murdering people like Vince Foster, as well as Ron Brown, according to some. The Clintons have been accused of murdering him. They've been accused of a number of dirty tricks over their lifetimes. So they basically spent the past 30 or so years fucking over their own party. And now they want, and them and Barack Obama, of course. You can't absolve him of all blame. And then they go and have the gall to blame James Comey for it. Now, James Comey's a real asshole too, but he didn't fuck up your election, Hillary Clinton. You did. There's actually a new book coming out. I don't have it yet, about how she ran the worst campaign of all time. But what do they say here? They say that the field is bad. So why not make the field even worse by putting in somebody who's lost twice? So they're saying that a number of people who might run include Martin O'Malley, who was barely even a whisper in 2016. He was the guy who just couldn't get any airtime between Clinton and Sanders sniping at each other. He barely even made an imprint. So he might run again, even though his state is a shit fest. Maryland is, by the way, one of the worst fiscally managed states in the union. So I don't know why he's going to come in and like claim that he's going to change anything in terms of the government. You got Joe Biden, you know, that more groping. So I guess him between the wife of a groper and a super groper, I mean, I guess maybe she has a slight edge over him. Then you got John Kerry, who's also a loser and a granite face. So, you know, maybe Hillary Clinton's looking better than the field. Then there's Bernie Sanders with his millionaires and billionaires, who they say is this columnist says that he's going to be almost 80 years old. That's why he can't be president. Look, Hillary Clinton was, you know, in 2008, what was she? She was less than 60 years old, and she couldn't be president because she was a loser. She fucked up losing to one of the youngest presidential candidates of all time. Okay, so it would probably be funnier if next time she lost to a guy who's the oldest person to run for president or be a major nominee. It would kind of be a bookend of her career. She would lose to a young guy that has almost no accomplishments versus an old communist that has virtually no accomplishments as a legislator. And you Bernie fans, don't get mad at me. I mean, really, he hasn't accomplished that much, okay? That I can assure you. He's accomplished a few things. I've read his biography. He hasn't accomplished a ton. He's still better than Hillary Clinton. He's accomplished more than Hillary Clinton. I agree with you. Bernie Sanders would be a better candidate than Hillary Clinton. He would still be a fucking clusterfuck of a candidate. I'm not even kidding you. Then you have Lizzie Warren, as the press likes to call her, Pocahontas. I really resisted for a long time calling her that, but, you know, she got what's coming to her. And this columnist claims that for some reason she's less likable than Hillary Clinton. I disagree. I think, you know, as far as the likability problem goes, Elizabeth Warren is a ways to go before she's as bad as Hillary Clinton. And then it goes on to bellyache that he's calling her crooked Hillary again, Donald Trump. I mean, look, she hasn't gotten any less corrupt since she lost the election. And God willing, you know, before the next election, she'll be indicted for something. And, you know, we'll see her try to run for office while she's on trial or something. And that'll be pretty funny. You know, and it's so hilarious watching this pathetic media, this pathetic press try to pass itself off as impartial and as reasoned after, you know, yesterday's hilarious circus about this John Ossoff guy in Georgia that failed to get over 50% of the vote and get into Congress, and will now probably face an entirely new fundraising machine from the Republicans and be forgotten forever. Now they're going to be, you know, trying to, you know, they lost this tactic. They have this tactic where they're focusing on each and every House race in the country until the next midterms. Look, if you want to keep losing midterms that way, then go ahead. But if you want to go even further, let me read some of the comments here. Okay? It says, this one guy says, "Dear Lord, no." Then it says, "It is time for Bill to break it to Hillary that she is a substandard politician. How about a cushy job at Wellesley College? They loved her there." Then it says, "Joan, I think you must have intended to run this column 16 days ago. Thanks for the laugh." Then it says, "Joan, are you for real? Your poster child will be a couple years short of 80. Then it says, good God, Joan, how many of the contenders you mentioned will run from their nursing home? Anybody under 70 you have in mind? That's exactly the point. None of the people in that article that were mentioned, except for Martin O'Malley, were less than 70 years old. Then somebody does this massive paragraph where she says essentially what I'm saying. Then it says, and this is Boston. This is the most liberal state in the union. It says, Hillary again would be an enormous mistake. She should just settle in as a senior stateswoman with a lot of money. Post-Trump, people will want change back to sanity, but they will not want change back to the old way of doing things. Then, there was nobody here. Even people who voted for her said that this was a bad idea. This is what I'm talking about. These are people that they're basically dogs that their master ran away, or their master went on vacation, and they're just scratching at the door. They're ready to piss themselves so hard for the master to walk through the door so they can come up to them with a tennis ball and say, "Pet me, play fetch with me, play fetch with me." That's their attitude towards Hillary. So that's the end. And like I said, Hillary, do it for me, because I don't care about your feelings. For me, watching you do this again and again, that's like, that kind of would make my day. I've been reading all your books. I've been reading all the books about everything you've done. And this was really just, I could just keep this going on forever. Run again. Run in 2024 too. Keep running until this country doesn't have elections anymore, because people will get tired of voting against you. That's the solution as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, this is Ramon with Bold Like a Leopard. This is not an endorsement. This is a plea. Hillary Clinton, please run. This would be awesome for me. Have a great night. Bye-bye.